Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about the Eternals because Disney wants you to.
Yeah, they're really pushing this one.
Yeah, they are. And apparently they've screened it for critics. We're going to talk about the critical reactions, but we're also going to talk about people freaking out over the end credits scene.
Well, that and the fact, mostly they're freaking out people who are leaking the end credit scene. Hey, spoiler, just so you know, you're going to want to turn this video off because we are going to tell you what the end credit scene is.
Let's spoil the Eternals for people.
I mean, I'm not going to tell anybody the spoilers of the movie because people were getting mad because people were pointing movie spoilers, posting movie spoilers too. I won't do that because I think that's shitty to do. Not that there's much to spoil for this movie. It doesn't look like it's that great. But the end credit scene, as far as I'm concerned, is basically a teaser for more to come later. So we will totally talk about what everybody's losing their shit over and whether or not you think it's worth losing your shit over in this video. So if you don't want to know what it is, then turn it off so you're not spoiled and then you can't be angry.
There you go.
But before we get into it,
please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 237,000 subs.
Oh, sorry, woohoo!
Yeah, what? Come on, woman,
Sorry.
woohoo away.
I woohooed.
Yeah. So yeah, we do talk about Disney, talk about movies, talk about pop culture, and the Eternals. We've been following it because this is the most uneventful looking Marvel movie ever made. Like, we were more excited about Shang-Chi than we were Eternals.
Some of these articles are saying about how the critics are praising it for being nothing like the other movies in the MCU. And Squid King said, he's like, but when you make your brand upon the fact that they're all supposed to be interconnected movies and it's like each one helping to tell the stories of everything else because it's one big universe, wouldn't that be kind of dumb to have a movie that's supposedly by itself and is thematically and cinematically very different from the rest of the MCU?
Yeah, they have some of the reactions here. A lot of people are like, oh, it's the bestest Marvel movie ever, so diverse, it's so great. But Grace Randolph is like, yeah, it's the most un-MCU film to date. So much so that it feels like an entirely different franchise.
Wow.
Very interested to see how Marvel fans react to this.
And, and the people that are glowing about this are the ones you'd expect on Twitter. And Disney, they don't want this to fail. Like, they're going to do anything they can, including what they did for the end credit scene. Because people are going to come see this damn movie just for the end credit scene because they're fans of this person. And that's, I think they wanted it leaked because they want reasons to get asses in the seats.
Yeah, Scott Mendelson, Eternals flirts with being just a superhero movie, but barely gets by on scale. A few affable actors and some eventual intrigue. At its best, it almost plays like Marvel playing in the DCEU sandbox, but coasting on comparatively generic superhero archetypes. That's not really a glowing endorsement.
No, and this movie you have to remember too, we have all these new characters that nobody knows or cares about shoved into one movie, which apparently is a standalone movie and is impacting the MCU, but it's not part of the MCU in some, I don't know, it is, but it isn't, if you know what I mean. Like, the way they're talking, like, oh, it could be a standalone film. And I'm like, but that's not what the MCU is.
Oh,
what the flip are they thinking?
I don't know. I just noticed that Frieza'S voice actor died. Wow.
Oh.
Have to look into that. That's wow.
That's awful.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go back to this, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't expect to see that trending.
No.
Yeah, so anyway, the big brouhaha beyond the reviews, and of course the reviews are gonna be what you expect. It's a Disney movie.
Right, and they're going to pay a lot of money. I mean, they're going to do whatever they can to make sure that there's a lot of, people out there buzzing for this movie.
Yeah. People are mad that, the spoilers were ruined. But to be fair, the end credits scene for Shang-Chi, it was ruined too. It was Captain Marvel. Whoops!
Here's the thing. They always ruin the end credit scene. And like I said, when it comes to the movie, you don't want people to tell you what happens in the movie. I get that. But the post-credit scene is just a teaser for everything else coming later, and it really isn't usually having to do with the damn movie that much. So what the hell is the point? What does it matter?
Yeah, lots of people have fans in Disney pleading for discretion.
No, I think Disney wants it leaked because they want any way they can to get people to come to the theater for this one. And I'm going to tell you what it is. before I do,
another spoiler warning.
just so if you get spoiled, it is your own damn fault.
It's your own damn fault.
I don't want to hear it. Okay. So the big spoiler is, go ahead, you can tell them.
Harry Styles is Star Fox.
So they're just calling it Arrows, because Star Fox is probably going to be a problem because Nintendo.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed that Mr. Milo had written an article, and he mentioned that too, because that's the first thing I thought was, how are they going to get away with that? Because they have the Star Fox franchise. But Harry Styles is teased at the end. Thanos' brother.
Oh, they put it right in the headline here on the fader.com, those bastards.
Oh, they were having a fit on Twitter. They're like, they let these people, these media outlets come to get this premiere and get the access, and then they ruin it for all the fans. No, they didn't give me access, so I can do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, you can do, well, I guess the review embargo lifts this weekend, so that's going to be really interesting. You always get critics' first reactions, but everything I'm hearing about it is, it's a beautifully shot picture with lots of diversity. Not much really happens, but it's got lots of diversity and it's beautiful.
Yeah,
These are the talking points. It probably gave it to you on a cue card. Having been in Disney PR, I can tell you they literally give you talking points.
They do. So I'm sure they want this out there, because now what's going on is a bunch of Harry Styles stands are like having meltdowns on the internet because they're so excited, and they're all going to go to see the movie. And but it was funny because I saw these gatekeeping going on from these MCU people, and it was a couple women actually telling, well, if you're just coming to see this movie, you don't understand what Marvel's about. And I'm like, well, from my understanding, this movie has very little to do with what Marvel's about. But they teased this in the end. It was a rumor that people knew about, for a while now, you said.
Yeah.
I just wonder how they're going to handle this one as a character.
It's going to be really interesting because he's basically a space rapist.
Well, Eros is the god of sexiness.
He's a sexy beast. He's a sexy fox.
He likes the women's, and
I'm sure that's going to
he's going to probably like the men's too. And, he's the god of procreation and the
other kins.
Yeah, and hotness and physical contact and such and such. So, I'm like waiting for them to have...
And this is exactly how he's going to look in the MCU. Exactly like this, except they're going to make the boa red so it looks like a foxtail.
Wow. So here's
what does the fox say? Yes, please.
I forgot all about that. Give me a moment. Anyway, so some people are like, yes, they're all excited about this character. But I think a lot of people, when they find out some of the escapades this character had, including being on trial for sexual assault, I just can't wait to see what Disney does to this. So,
oh God, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point. Like, this is, I think people already knew Star Fox was going to show up. I'd heard the rumor like 2 years ago that he was going to show up and probably in one of the Guardians movies or something.
People said this rumor's been going around. Yeah. I'm sorry, you're about the boa. That's not what's getting me. What's distracting me is, I don't care if he wears the boa, but who the hell told him to mix plaids?
Plaid on plaid action.
That is insulting. I am insulted by that, whatever the hell that is with the plaids. I mean, the one underneath with the pink trim goes with the pants. The one on top doesn't go with anything. I know you want attention, but the plaid on plaid, I draw the line at plaid on plaid action.
Harry Styles
doesn't have style.
Such an oxymoron, isn't it? His name.
I mean, I have no problem with him.
Such an unfortunate name. No, he looks like a bag lady. He dresses.
I like some of the songs.
He dresses like a bag lady that just stumbled into Goodwill, just threw whatever the hell in her cart. And
you laugh. But have you seen some of these Gucci collections for Disney? My kids were joking they look like derelict. They did. And some of the things they're charged like $1,200 for a shirt. My kids are like, it looks like you went to Goodwill and stapled some stuff together. They were literally comparing it to derelict for Zoolander.
I was going to say, we need Harry Styles. What we need is a Zoolander prequel with Harry Styles.
That'd be fun. I'd watch that. That I'd watch. But anyway, people are losing their mind because one, it's getting leaked.
Who cares?
And two, you have people getting upset that they're bringing him in. There's people being upset that are happy they're bringing him in. You have a lot of people mad because now all the Harry Styles fans, which is what Disney's counting on, are going to come to the movie because some people don't understand that it's an after credit scene and think he's in the movie. Some people will pay in the movie just to see him because he has apparently hardcore fans apparently.
Oh yeah.
So
Emphasis on hard.
it's gonna get crazy.
It's gonna get foxy.
It's gonna get crazy because people are like already trying to gatekeep the Harry Styles fans. So it's just gonna be like, get the popcorn. This is gonna be glorious.
God, this is gonna be a train
This is
wreck.
the most interesting thing about the Eternal.
Yeah, this is the most interesting. I think the drama around this movie and the casting is gonna be the most interesting thing about it. I love it. People are like, just don't spoil the movie. And these are the same journalists that were like, oh, Ghostbusters Afterlife erases
Oh my God, yes.
Ghostbusters 2016, spoil the shit out of it, bitches.
That one person gave a 1-star review and then told everybody what everything happened.
Yeah.
Just to be an asshole.
Yeah.
So it'd be someone who'd totally be like, don't ruin it for everybody else. That's not the same person as this, by the way. I'm not. So I don't want that to get confused. But
Harry Styles dies. He shows up and he dies.
No.
Trips on his boa and
he does.
falls out of an airlock, gets sucked out of the airlock
No,
into space.
it's just she shows up and he's going to be Eros, and that's what everybody's losing their damn mind over.
I'm so over the MCU at this point. Like I had a little glimmer of hope with WandaVision because at least they finally gave us proper Scarlet Witch, but it's like everything else.
Well, that's okay. They give you proper Scarlet Witch, so they're probably going to make her, learn Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, can you please wrap this up?
We're wrapping
we gotta move on.
All right, we're moving on. All right, guys. So please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.